Hello my friends, I hope you're doing well. I am so excited about today's video. I was actually not even planning on filming this video, and then I got a package in the mail and it inspired me to my core. I didn't know I would be receiving this as soon as I did because I've been seeing it teased and released on Instagram. It's the new Natasha Denona Golden Collection, which includes her new golden palette, okay? You guys know, if you've been an OG and you've been watching my videos for a long time, the gold palette, this is the OG old one, from Natasha Denona was my favorite. Like, this is what made me fall in love with Natasha Denona shadows, was this palette. I still love it. However, they discontinued it, which made me so sad, but she brought it back in her new packaging, new price point, new pan sizes, and they reworked a few of these shades to not have like that blue-green vibe mixed in, so it's all golden. However, some of my favorites are still in this new palette, so it's just like reworked, maybe a little bit better. Let's rip this open, okay? I cannot wait any longer. This is the golden palette, like I said. The original one was gold, now it's golden. Look at the packaging. You guys are gonna lose your mind, at least I did. I opened it earlier and I got like my lotion hands all over this. But look at how, okay, is this gonna capture well with these lights? I don't know. It's like this 3D molten gold wave packaging. It's so pretty. Are you ready to see the inside? I gasped when I opened this up. Look. Okay, I thought I would miss the blues, which honestly, I love the blue tones in the original, but this makes more sense with what she's got going on. I like how she has, you know, the glam palette, the bronze palette, so it makes sense to have one dedicated to just gold tones. Let's hold these side by side, and I will tell you, so here they are right here. You can see there are some exact shades that exist in this newer version of the gold palette. That were in the original, but you can see also a lot have been reworked. So we're gonna be playing with this today. It's been a while, honestly, since I've used super warm toned eyeshadows. And just, I don't know, I fell in love with cool tones a couple of years ago, and that's just kind of what I reach for still. But with it being summertime, I feel like gold is just calling my name, you know what I mean? So in addition to the eyeshadow, we also have a golden highlighter trio, which I will be trying. Let's see, this is a multi-use hybrid glow palette. Same kind of packaging with that molten gold divot in it. Oh my gosh, look at these. Wow, this is so pretty. So you get 3 different colors in here. Love the wave detail. Gosh, these are just so nice, so nice. Every little detail. And also, they launched a golden glimmer gloss, which is kind of fun to say, which is like a clear gloss with glitter reflex in it. So we're going to be doing a full-on golden look. This new palette is the same price as her newer shape, so it's actually more affordable than the original. However, you do get a smaller pan size, but you know, I like this price point and I like the size of this palette a little better than the first ones. These are so pretty. These are so, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to insert some arm swatches right here of the new version, and underneath it I will swatch the original gold palette, and I'll try to do like matching ones in the beginning and then the blue ones at the end so you can see what they were replaced with. All right, let's get into this. We're gonna do a little bit of a classic eye prep with some concealer and setting powder. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. By the way, I already filled in my brows using my Benefit brow pencil, the Precisely My Brow Pencil. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of powder. Let's take the Givenchy Prisme Libre one, just the tiniest bit, just to take away any initial tackiness so that it's nice and prepped for those shadows. All right, where do we start? I think I'm gonna take this shade. This is one of the new colors called Panna, and it's her cream to powder formula. I'm gonna start by kind of creating a little bit of a base / transition shade all over the eyes with this, using the BK Beauty 212, which has become one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes. And I'm going a little bit higher up into the brow than what I typically do, just because I really want to create something nice and golden and smoky today. So we're gonna really buff things out a little bit further, elongating things and buffing it up toward the brow further. After we've got that color, let's go in with a little bit of the color actually right next to it. Same brush. This is Aria. We're just gonna start deepening up the crease. This is such a beautiful color. Now this is one that already existed in the original palette, One of my favorites from the original, so I'm happy that they kept this one. They really just took out all the like blue and also the super mustard color called Dijon. They removed that and just kept all the neutral golden colors. Same thing on this side, just going back and forth. Now this color I'm kind of keeping a little bit more precise than the first one, just to make sure we start really building that shape. Let's build the shape even more by going in with this color right here. We're just kind of going from lightest to darkest. This is the shade Teak, which is another shade that was in the original palette. So a lot of these mattes, the brown mattes, are the same, which makes me so happy because I love the mattes in the gold palette. So I'm really glad that most of them are back in this palette. I'm taking a smaller, more defined brush. This is the BK Beauty 211, and I'm using this to really shape out the crease a little bit more, as well as this outer edge of the eye. I'm taking what's left on that same brush and just kind of like elongating and lifting the eye up toward the end of the brow. Obviously we can make this line a little more precise with a makeup wipe in just a second, but I'm wanting to kind of just start that angle with what's left on this brush. Now we're gonna take a more flat brush and I'm gonna dip that into Mliko, which is also a cream to powder formula. It's the lightest matte color in the palette. This is a new shade, and I'm really wanting to kind of create a little bit more of a shape in this inner corner here. So I'm taking that brush and I'm just starting to apply this right here. So you can kind of see where we've created a little definition. I'm coming in and kind of cheating a more wide open, spacious inner eye area with this by using a lighter shade and kind of coming in and taking that alongside of where we created the shape with the crease. I just feel like that's gonna really help elongate and emphasize the eyes. Honestly, I feel like I've said this before, but when I was in Texas and Nikki LaRose did my eye makeup, well, she did all of my makeup, which was amazing, but my eyes specifically, she did a shape that I've never even considered to do on myself. And ever since that, I feel like I just see myself differently when it comes to eyeshadow. And anyway, it's really inspired the way that I carve out my eyes. I feel like I did that one a little high, so I'm gonna come back in here, bring her down, got a little carried away. Okay, now we're gonna take an even deeper color. This is gonna be the deepest matte shade in the palette called Log, which is another original shade from the gold palette that's back. I love this. It's just a nice deep brown. We're gonna take this right along the lash line, and then I'm kind of taking it into that outer V a little bit as well. And then I'm using my brush once there's a little less on it to just buff things up and out a little bit more. This is the BK 205 brush. I was talking about the brush. We're gonna do the same thing to this eye. I told you guys I was going glam today. I mean, you can't not with this palette. I feel like you could honestly do great everyday looks with this too, but I wanted to do like a molten gold summery glam. It's been a while since I've done like a proper eye look, you know? I feel like most of my looks these days are like lip and cheek focused. Okay, we're gonna go back to the BK Beauty 212 brush and just like buff over everything. I'm being gentle so I don't ruin some of that shape we're creating, but I also just want to kind of soften all of the edges so it's super seamless. All right, here's where we're gonna have fun with some of the shimmer shades. When I think gold, I think we really ought to go with like something super molten, and then we can do a little topper. So I'm gonna go in with Oro, which is another returning shade. And while I was swatching these, I feel like the original is just the tiniest bit silkier than this formula. Maybe I'm completely out of my mind, but I feel like it was just a little more silky. Not to say that this isn't beautiful, but it was just interesting, like going back to the old ones, comparing it to this one, and like feeling the formula side by side. I wonder if it's changed a little bit. Still stunning though. This is like a proper yellow gold. It's so pretty. This is like arguably the most colorful shade in the palette, even though it's gold, just because it has the most like warm tone. All the other metallics are a little more like soft than this one, but I think this one's so special. So I wanted to use this first, and then we're gonna take the brush and just kind of like blend that out. Then we're gonna go into, gosh, which one should we use? Let's go into Kava, which is another returning shade. And we're gonna pop her into the inner portion of the lid, carrying that over top of the Oro shade. I'm obsessed with her toppers. I think they're just so pretty. Same thing on this side. Believe it or not, we're gonna go into an eyeliner. I've been like really trying my best with eyeliner these days, you guys. I'm gonna take the Victoria Beckham Copper eyeliner. I'm gonna start with this because I want like a little something metallic along the lash line, but then I'm gonna add something brown. So I'm taking this across the entire lash line. All right, we're switching gears here because I was looking for my brown Fenty eyeliner and it's nowhere to be found. So we're gonna use my Lisa Eldridge black eyeliner, but we're gonna take it super close to the lash line so that it doesn't distract from the gold. But I do feel like this look needs a little something dark at the lash line. So I'm applying a very thin line of this eyeliner all the way across. All right, we're gonna do really massive lashes. So I'm gonna take the Dior Lash Primer and go ahead and apply that on just the top lashes for now. Then I'm going to follow that up with the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. This duo just really packs a punch, so I want something really intense today. Gosh, isn't makeup so fun? That's literally the thought that popped into my head while I was applying my mascara. Just like, this is so fun to be able to like create an eye look or whatever it is that you're doing. It's just so fun. I'm so glad I was born into an era where makeup was so heavily prevalent because I just think my life and any other time before this might not have been as enjoyable. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't have known the difference, but I love this so much. It's just so fun. It's relaxing. It's therapeutic. I'll tell you what, I had a crazy day. Actually, a crazy few days. There's just a lot happening behind the scenes with Revie Beauty and all the things, which is all so good, right? Like, it's my dream. I was getting a little stressed earlier today. Just there's a lot. There's a lot that I'm having to think through. It takes a lot of brain power. And sitting down to film literally has already made me feel so much better. Just being able to sit down and like, ironically, turn my brain off, even though I'm like still thinking about the look, it just doesn't take the same side of my brain. Like, this is very much all creative and it's therapeutic for me. I love it. Okay, the lashes are lashing. Love that. All right, I'm going to quickly do a little bit of a base. Since this is an eye-focused or collection-focused video, I'm going to speed through this part, but I will of course have all the products that I'm using linked down below for you guys, just so we can like get to the final look. I cleaned up the edges, which things are looking nice. Oh, it's been so long since I've worn like a warm toned eye like this, but I'm really liking it. All right, let me do a little bit of complexion zhuzhing and then we'll finish up the lower lash line. All right, we've worked a little magic around the face. Let's hop back to the eyes. Again, I'll have everything that I've used linked down below. I thought it'd be pretty to put a little bit of like a metallic eyeliner in the waterline. This is the exact same eyeliner from Victoria Beckham in the shade Copper. So I'm gonna start there actually and put that in the waterline, and then I'm gonna actually take it and smudge it along the lower lash line a bit as well, just as kind of a base for the rest of our shadow. You know, come to think of it, I think I have the same eyeliner in the gold shade, which probably would suit this look a little bit better, but this is the only one I could find. I'm sure I have it somewhere. I think it's gonna be pretty anyway. All right, we're gonna go back into the gold palette, or golden palette, I should say. We're gonna start working on some details. I'm gonna take this brown, which is Aria, which we used on the top lid, and we're gonna start creating a little definition right on top of that copper liner on the very edge of the lower lash line, just to kind of blend that in and neutralize it a little. I feel like the star of the show is gonna have to be this color, which is what we used on the lid, Oro. We need to spray this a bit, so I'm gonna take some of my MAC Stay Over spray, tap that into the back of my hand, and then carefully start applying that in like the center of the lower lash line. I think that's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of a lighter color. Let's go into this one. Instead of using one of the topper shades on the lid, I'm gonna use Aurum, which is a new color, I believe. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner a little bit, so it's a little bit softer than that yellow gold. Then I'm gonna take the fluffy brush that we used, and let's go into this shade right here called Flesh. And you know, I'm gonna pinch the brush a little bit, and I'm gonna take that to buff out the gold a little bit lower along the lower lash line so that it's a little more diffused than what we have. I wanna add back in a little bit of definition right up against the lash line Let's see, what can I use? Where's my one brush? Okay, here's my small brush. I'm gonna take Log, which is the deepest shade. I just think a little bit of a deep brown right here along that outer corner of the lower lash line will help to tie together the eyeliner on the top lid. A little something like that. Let's do some lower lash mascara. I'm gonna actually use a brown mascara. This one's from Beaubble and Rudi. It's a really nice warm brown, and I think having a brown on the lower lash is just gonna warm up the look a little bit, define the lashes without it looking too heavy. Do we like the bronze, or I mean the copper in the lash line? I might kind of lighten it a little bit. I don't know. I feel like having that tinge of red isn't working as well as I wanted it to, in the waterline anyway. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this nude pencil. We're gonna soften that. I mean, it kind of turned it pink, mixing it together, but I feel like having a little bit more of like a clean line is a little better. Question mark? I don't know. Sometimes you learn as you go. All right, before we finish up the face, you know, I'm wanting a little something warmer. Well, not warmer, peachier. So we're actually gonna take Flesh, which I don't think I used on that top lid. And I just want a little bit of that popped up here. I think that's really pretty. Okay, let's pick out, well, we have our highlighter trio, which is so pretty. Oh my gosh, these are nice. Okay, so first we have Pearl. Oh my word. Then we have Sun Glow, which is like a nice medium champagne. Oh, and then Bronze. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You could literally use this on the eyes. And I think I will. I'm gonna take a little bit of Sun Glow, which is the center shade. This is like intense. I'm actually interested to see how it would look on the skin because it's pretty glowy to be like a face highlighter, but I mean, pretty sure it is a face highlighter. So anyway, I'm gonna take Sun Glow and pop that in the inner corner of the eye to brighten things up. Then I'm gonna take Pearl, which is so pretty, and add a little dollop of that in the very inner corner because, oh, are you kidding? How pretty is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I feel like that was the missing piece almost to the eye look, was just that little glimmer shimmer right here. All right, we gotta finish up the face. I'm trying to figure out what blush to use. Actually, you know, I just bought a blush, not that one. This one? Yes, okay, this is the new peachy blush that I bought at Sephora, and it's the shade number 9, and it's really soft, but it's nice and warm toned, so I feel like this is actually gonna be perfect for this look, because I don't want anything that's gonna overpower the eyes, but we do need a little bit of a toasty peach. I think that's what this is. So pretty. I feel like the lip is gonna be important with this look. I cannot get over how beautiful these are. Let me just, here, have a close-up. Look at this. It's so pretty. I don't know how exactly I'm supposed to apply this to the cheeks without looking like a Tin Man, but we'll try. They're so pretty though. I really hope they look good. All right, let's do highlight. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but I think it's important to do the highlight first. Let's try it with a brush. I'm gonna mix these two with a brush. I have no clue how this is gonna work with a brush, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna apply those two shades on the high points of the cheeks. Now, one thing Natasha Denona is kind of known for is just that like super molten gold glass skin. And I feel like this product is no different than the effect of a lot of her highlights. It's very beaming, but very pretty. I'm gonna take a little of the blush brush and just kind of like blend over that a little bit. Okay, with a light hand, I feel like it's manageable, you know? I think it's really pretty. All right, we're gonna do a lip look now. Let's see. We're gonna try, I don't know. This lip liner is a nice warm brown. It's from Kylie Cosmetics. It's Iced Latte. Let's see how this looks. I always wear a cool tone lip liner. For this look, since it's so warm, I feel like a tone like this will suit it. I'm blending that out a little bit into the lip. Then we're gonna kind of mute it a little bit using this Ortega, I can't remember the full title, but the shade is Nubes. And it's like this really nice, super muted beige. Beige/grayish. And that's just gonna tone things down. Because I feel like we need, you know, some warmth, but it can't be overpowering. So I think that's where mixing this in comes in just a little bit, especially in the center. This is such a nice color. Yeah, like that. All right, now we're gonna top the lip look with the Golden Glimmer Gloss, which I think is gonna be truly the finishing touch. Look how nice this is. It's so pretty. I love the golden reflex in here. Let's give this a whirl. We're gonna focus this on the center Oh, wow. Is this plumping? It smells spicy. Please hold. Okay, I've got my little paper here. It is. It's a shimmering lip plumper. So it's plumping. Okay. I'm still focusing it on the center. How pretty is that? That's so nice. Okay. It smells so spicy. It seems like it's going to be quite plumping. We'll find out, I guess. While we wait for that to plump the lips, why don't we assess the situation a little bit? I'm going to take what's left on my powder bronzer brush and just kind of like do some touch-ups. Gosh, that highlighter really, I feel like it really added something special to the whole look, especially like the inner corner of the eyes too. It's so nice. I feel like I like where everything's at. Do a little touch of blush one last time. Then we'll do a little setting spray. Let's just use the same one we were using, the MAC Fix Plus Stay Over. Lock everything in. I, of course, always have to press it in with a sponge. Ooh, there's the plumper. It's definitely very plumping. It's getting spicy. Okay, we're gonna set the brows with just the Benefit brow setter today. We're not gonna do anything crazy, just something classic. We already have enough going on. All right, my friends, that completes this makeup look, trying out the new golden palette / collection from Natasha Denona. You know, I gotta say, golden tones really are timeless for a reason. This feels so summery, so glam. It's feeling a little bit like 2016 to me, but in like an elevated way. I'm really enjoying this palette all over again. Now, I will say, if you already own the gold palette, you might not need to buy this because honestly, there's a lot of the same shades. You're gonna get a similar effect. A lot of the newer shades are kind of more, you know, variations of toppers, which you still have in here. You still have that molten gold, you have all the mattes, and you know, all that's missing is kind of like these greenish blues. So you might not need to buy it, but if you're somebody who never got a chance to try this, I'm really happy that they have this color story back, even though it's missing the blues. I think it makes more sense, honestly, with just the overall lineup of her palettes now. And, you know, it's so pretty. I really do love this. I love all of her palettes. I think this one's another staple alongside of the bronze, the glam palette. And I really love how now you have a lot of different choices, all very neutral palettes. But if you're looking for a specific undertone, like if you reach for bronze, you have the bronze palette. Golden, now you have gold. If you're somebody who likes a little bit more of a cool tone palette, you've got the glam palette and all the others as well. You also have, what's the one? Gosh, the neutrals one. What is it? The name escapes me. Point is, she's really delivering on all different types of palettes. Now, I know a lot of these colors you may already have as well, so take a look through your collection. See if you already own these colors. See if you enjoy these colors in general. I feel like there's a lot of color pop palettes that can give you a similar vibe. I do feel like the quality of Natasha Denona is just unmatched, and the topper colors are so special. So for me, like, loved it. It's just up to you whether you want to, you know, invest in a Natasha Denona palette or not. And yeah, but as far as the actual product goes, for me, I think it's beautiful. I'm really happy that she brought back the gold palette, even though the blues really were special. Like, honestly, the blues in the original are what I feel like I was so inspired by, and I loved combining the blues with the golds, but you know, it is what it is. This highlighter palette is so gorgeous. Like, it's so buttery. I was nervous to see how it would look on the skin, and honestly, with the right amount, it's not looking overdone to me. I really do like how it's giving my skin a nice glossy effect without looking too texture emphasizing. I mean, it's going to do it a little bit because it's a highlighter, but I think it looks so pretty. I was very surprised by this, and actually I would love to see how these wear on the eyes, because as I swatched them, I was like, wait a minute, like I could use these all over the eyes potentially. We'll see, you know, I'll try them later and see how it works, but I thought they were so pretty. I also thought the gloss was a nice touch to the collection. I don't know if this is a need or not either, but it sure is pretty. And it also depends on whether you like plumping glosses or not. So, you know, the highlighter trio and the gloss are kind of like, you know, if you are inspired by them, I think you would like them. But I do think the star of the show, of course, is this palette. So I would love to know in the comments, what do you guys think? Are you happy that this gold palette is back? Do you like the updates and the changes? Are you somebody who's into gold colors? Do you like a more warm toned metallic glam? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to pick this up? Are you going to pass on it? Let me know, you know? I always love hearing from you guys. Also, let me know if there's anything else that's launched recently that you would love to see me review. This was so fun. I loved doing a proper glam look and I was feeling very inspired by this palette, so I hope you guys enjoyed the look I created as much as I do. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. It really helps me out, and also give this video a thumbs up if you like this style of video. If you want to check out any of the products I talked about as well as anything else that I'm wearing on my face, don't forget to check the description box for the links to all the products that I used today. And yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you all have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!